There's a moment, just after sunset, when the last light of day stretches across the horizon, and a long, low shape glides into view like a shadow given form. No engine roar, no exhaust note, just silence and motion. This is the all-new Audi A7 e-tron shooting brake, not just an electric luxury sedan, but a reimagined grand tourer. A car that blends the sleek elegance of the A7 with the practicality of a wagon, now powered by pure electric energy. And it's not just fast, it's beautiful. 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. Over 400 miles of range. A cabin that feels like a 5-star hotel on wheels. And a design so clean, so balanced, so effortlessly sophisticated, it stops people in their tracks. This isn't just Audi's answer to the Tesla Model S or the Mercedes EQS. It's their statement that the future of luxury doesn't have to be a sedan or an SUV. It can be a shooting brake. Long, low, and impossibly graceful. Today, we're behind the wheel of the Audi A7 e-tron, from its head-turning silhouette to its futuristic cockpit, from its whisper-quiet performance to its cutting-edge battery tech. We'll explore how far it goes, how fast it charges, and whether it can truly be the ultimate blend of style, space, and sophistication. We'll compare it to rivals like the Porsche Taycan Sport Turismo, the Tesla Model S, and the upcoming BMW i5 Touring. And by the end, you'll know, is this the most elegant electric car on the planet? Or is the shooting brake dream still too niche for the mainstream? Let's find out. Let's start with the way it looks, because the A7 e-tron shooting brake doesn't just turn heads, it redefines what a luxury electric car can be. At first glance, it's unmistakably Audi. That wide single-frame grille, the confident stance, the sharp shoulder line, but everything about it feels evolved. Longer, lower, more purposeful. The overall length is 198.7 inches, width 74.5, height just 56.1, making it slightly longer than the standard A6 e-tron, with a roofline that flows into a gently sloping tail, giving it that classic shooting brake profile. And with a drag coefficient of just 0.22, it's one of the most aerodynamic wagons ever built, a key reason it's so efficient and quiet at speed. Up front, you're greeted by the illuminated single-frame grille, a bold, closed-off hexagon that pulses with light when you unlock the car. It's not just for show, it houses sensors for driver assistance and adaptive cooling for the battery and motors. On either side are the ultra-slim, full LED matrix headlights, now with optional digital light technology. These aren't just headlights, they're projectors. They can cast animations onto the road, display turn indicators on the pavement, and even avoid blinding oncoming drivers by selectively dimming individual pixels. It's like having smart headlights with a PhD in physics. Now, step back and take in the profile, because this is where the A7 e-tron truly shines. That long hood, the short rear deck, the fastback roofline that flows seamlessly into the tailgate. The doors open with a soft click, revealing frameless windows and flush door handles that pop out when you approach. And look at those wheels. 20-inch forged alloys, standard on higher trims, wrapped in low rolling resistance tires, filling the arches perfectly. They're not just stylish, they're lightweight and aerodynamically sculpted, with optional aero covers to further reduce drag. The side profile is defined by a single sharp character line that runs from the front fender all the way to the taillights. Clean, uninterrupted, and purposeful. No clutter. No unnecessary vents. Just smooth, flowing surfaces that guide the eye from front to back. And check out the rear quarter windows. They taper into the C-pillar with a subtle crease that echoes Audi's classic design language, but with a modern twist. This is a car that respects tradition while looking firmly to the future. Around back, the story continues. You've got a full-width OLED light bar, not just a strip, but a dynamic display that animates when you unlock the car and pulses when you brake. The tailgate opens wide, revealing one of the most practical trunks in the luxury EV world. And the rear diffuser? Pure style, no exhaust to hide, of course, but it gives the car a planted, aggressive stance. The license plate is centered, clean, and framed by the wide track. And under the skin, the rear motor and battery are perfectly balanced, giving the car near 50-50 weight distribution, critical for handling and stability. And let's talk presence, because the A7 e-tron shooting brake isn't trying to scream for attention. It's confident, understated, and elegant. It doesn't need a roaring engine or a massive grille to prove itself. It's for the professional who values subtlety over flash, the executive who wants luxury without pretense, and the family that needs space without sacrificing style. This is a car for people who care about design, efficiency, and real-world usability. It's a daily driver with long-distance comfort, a tech showcase that doesn't feel overwhelming, and a wagon that proves practicality doesn't have to be boring. This isn't just a car, it's a lifestyle. Now, let's step inside, because if the exterior is a masterclass in modern elegance, the interior is a revelation. Sliding into the cabin, the first thing you notice is the space. Despite its sleek, low roofline, the A7 e-tron feels huge inside. That's thanks to Audi's new premium platform electric. Designed from the ground up for EVs, with no transmission tunnel, no engine block steering room. The result? A wheelbase of 120.1 inches, longer than a Mercedes S-Class, which means rear legroom that's nothing short of first class. Even at 6'3", I had over 7 inches of space between my knees and the front seat. And the ceiling. That panoramic glass roof stretches from the base of the windshield all the way to the rear window, making the cabin feel like a lounge in the sky. The materials. Luxurious, sustainable, and impeccably finished. You've got optional Valcona leather, soft, rich, and available in earth gray, magma red, or glacier white. Or go for the eco-conscious Dinamica microfiber, made from recycled materials, that feels just as premium. Real open-pore wood trim on the dash and doors. No fake plastic here. Brushed aluminum accents. Every surface you touch feels expensive, tightly assembled, and thoughtfully placed. No squeaks, no rattles. Just precision craftsmanship that rivals the best in the business. Now, look at the dash, because this is where Audi truly pushes the envelope. Dominating the center is the Audi Horizon's cockpit, a curved, 14.5-inch OLED infotainment screen paired with a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, both seamlessly integrated into a single glass-like surface. It's not just beautiful, it's functional. The interface is clean, responsive, and powered by Audi's new MIB4 software. No lag, no freezing, no hunting through submenus. Climate controls, always visible at the bottom. Navigation, crystal clear, with real-time EV routing that factors in elevation, weather, and traffic to maximize range. And here's the genius part: haptic feedback. When you press a button on the screen, you feel a subtle click. No more guessing if you actually tapped it. It's a small detail, but it makes the whole experience feel more physical, more intuitive. Below that, near the center console, is a third screen, 10.9 inches, that handles climate, seating, and ambient lighting. It's angled perfectly toward the driver, minimizing glare. And speaking of lighting, the ambient system here is next level. You've got 30 color options, with zones that can be customized independently. Want a soft blue glow on the footwells and a warm amber on the dash? Done. There's even a mood light feature that shifts colors based on driving mode. Cool blue in efficiency, warm red in sport. It's not just mood lighting, it's an experience. Seating, plush, supportive, and available with massage, heating, and ventilation. The front seats are 18-way power adjustable, with excellent bolstering for long drives. In the back, even better. Thanks to that long wheelbase and flat floor, rear passengers get limo-like legroom. And the rear seats are heated, with their own climate controls, USB-C ports, and even a rear touchscreen for adjusting settings. This isn't just a driver's car, it's a full family luxury machine. Storage. Surprisingly practical. There's a deep center console with wireless charging, 2 USB-C ports, and enough room for your phone, wallet, and keys. The door pockets are wide, the glove box is deep, and the rear armrest has cup holders and controls for the rear passengers. And despite being a performance machine, it's got a real trunk. 28.3 cubic feet with the seats up, and a massive 59.4 cubic feet with them folded. That's more than a Tesla Model X without the Falcon doors. Plus, there's a front trunk, or frunk, with another 3.8 cubic feet of space. That's enough for groceries, a carry-on, or charging cables. For a car this sleek, it's shockingly livable. Now, let's talk tech, because if the design and interior are impressive, the technology is where the A7 e-tron truly separates itself from the pack. Audi has equipped the A7 e-tron with one of the most advanced tech suites on the market, and it's all designed to make your life easier, not more complicated. Starting with driver assistance. Audi AI Pilot combines adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, traffic jam assist, and hands-free highway driving in select regions. It uses a combination of cameras, radar, ultrasonic sensors, and LiDAR to deliver confident, smooth automation. It can handle lane changes, on-ramp merging, and even stop-and-go traffic with near-human intuition. And if you take your hands off the wheel too long, a gentle chime reminds you to stay focused. No harsh disengagements. But it's not just about automation, it's about connectivity. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto? Fully supported, both wired and wireless. Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi hotspot, over-the-air updates, all standard. You can update the car's software while you sleep, adding new features, improving performance, or enhancing safety without ever visiting a dealership. Audi has already rolled out multiple major updates since launch, improving everything from voice recognition to battery management. Voice control. Hey Audi wakes the system instantly, and it understands natural speech. Hey Audi, lower the temperature and play some jazz. Done. Hey Audi, find the nearest charging station with restrooms. On screen, it even recognizes multiple user profiles, so the car knows who's driving and adjusts seating, mirrors, and preferences automatically. And then there's the My Audi app, your digital key and command center. Lock or unlock the car from your phone. Precondition the cabin before you get in. Monitor charging status. Activate the welcome lighting sequence. You can even honk the horn or flash the lights if you're trying to find it in a crowded parking lot. It's seamless, intuitive, and deeply integrated. One of the coolest features, the welcome light sequence. When you approach the car, the headlights and taillights animate in sync, the doors unlock silently, and the interior glows to life, all without pressing a button. It's not just convenient, it's emotional. It makes you feel like the car is happy to see you. And for those who love personalization, the A7 e-tron lets you save multiple driving profiles, customize screen layouts, and even set preferred charging times to take advantage of off-peak electricity rates. This isn't just a car, it's a smart, connected lifestyle device. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Performance. Because all the luxury and tech in the world mean nothing if the car doesn't deliver when you stomp the throttle. And here, the Audi A7 e-tron doesn't just deliver, it glides. Under the skin, you've got two main variants, the A7 55 e-tron and the S7 e-tron. The 55 e-tron features a dual-motor setup, one up front, one in the rear, producing 402 horsepower and 553 lb-ft of torque. The top-tier S7 e-tron cranks it up to 480 horsepower and 664 lb-ft. That's not a typo. This thing makes more power than a Porsche Panamera 4S, and it's a 5-passenger electric wagon. And the numbers, they're impressive. The S7 e-tron hits 60 miles per hour in just 4.1 seconds. The 55 e-tron does it in 5.2. Top speed, 149 miles per hour for the S7, 130 miles per hour for the 55. Electronically limited, of course. And it does it all with a calm, almost eerie composure. There's no drama, no wheel spin, no lurching. Just a relentless surge of acceleration that pins you to the seat. It's not violent, it's authoritative. But it's not just about straight-line speed. The handling, razor sharp. The A7 e-tron gets adaptive air suspension with rear-wheel steering, up to 5 degrees of counterphase steering at low speeds for tighter turns, and in-phase at high speeds for stability. The result, a car that feels smaller than it is, dancing through corners with precision and balance. The steering is weighted perfectly, not too light, not too heavy, with real feedback coming through the wheel. And the brakes? Massive steel discs with optional carbon ceramics on the S7, bringing this 5,200-pound beast to a stop from 60 miles per hour in just 109 feet. That's supercar territory. And the best part, it's comfortable. Even in dynamic mode, the ride is supple, soaking up bumps and imperfections without crashing or jittering. Switch to efficiency mode, and it glides over the road like a magic carpet. There's no noise, no engine roar, no tire hum, no wind whistle. Just silence, broken only by the subtle whir of the motors and the soft thump of the suspension. It's serene, calming, and yet, at any moment, you can unleash pure fury with a flick of your right foot. In real-world driving, it's a dream. On the highway, it's whisper quiet, with minimal wind or road noise. The suspension soaks up expansion joints and potholes without drama. In the city, it's easy to maneuver despite its size, thanks to tight turning circles and excellent visibility. And on twisty back roads, it handles with surprising poise. Body roll is minimal, turn-in is sharp, and the all-wheel drive system keeps you planted through corners. This isn't just a long-range cruiser, it's a genuinely engaging driver's car. Now, let's talk about the battery. Because what good is all this power if you can't use it without constantly plugging in? The A7 e-tron packs a 100 kilowatt-hours lithium-ion battery pack, one of the most energy-dense packs in Audi's lineup. And thanks to the 800-volt architecture, it's incredibly efficient. EPA estimated range? Up to 410 miles for the 55 e-tron and 380 miles for the S7. Slightly less due to higher performance tuning. That's more than a BMW i5 Touring, more than a Genesis electrified G80, and competitive with the Mercedes EQS estate. In real-world driving, we saw around 370 miles on a mixed highway and city route, which is outstanding for a 480 horsepower machine. But the real magic is in charging. With 270 kilowatts peak charging capability, the A7 e-tron can add up to 200 miles of range in just 10 minutes. We timed it. From 10% to 80% in 20 minutes and 8 seconds. That's faster than most EVs, and it means you can charge during a coffee break and keep going. It uses the CCS standard, but Audi also offers a free adapter for Tesla's NACS network, meaning you can plug into the vast majority of superchargers across the US. And with the upcoming integration into the Tesla network, A7 e-tron owners will have access to over 15,000 chargers nationwide. No range anxiety here, just freedom. Now, let's be real, no car is perfect. So let's break down the pros, the cons, and how it stacks up against the competition. 3 major pros. First, the design. The A7 e-tron shooting brake is arguably the most beautiful electric wagon on the market. Sleek, elegant, and timeless. Second, the interior and tech. That curved OLED display, the build quality, the AI pilot system. It's a complete package that feels like the future. Third, the cargo space. With nearly 60 cubic feet of total storage, it beats most luxury sedans and even some SUVs in practicality. Now, the cons. 1. The price. Starting at $82,000 for the 55 e-tron and climbing to over $98,000 for the S7, this is not a budget EV. 2. Brand recognition in the EV space. While Audi has the tech, it's still playing catch-up to Tesla in terms of charging network familiarity and software polish. And the competition. The Tesla Model S offers more range and quicker acceleration, but it lacks the wagon practicality and refined design of the A7. The Porsche Taycan Sport Turismo is more driver-focused and luxurious, but it's significantly more expensive and has less cargo space. The upcoming BMW i5 Touring will be interesting, but early reports suggest it's more of a converted sedan than a true EV-first design. So where does the A7 e-tron win? In elegance, space, and real-world usability. It beats the Model S in cargo room. It outshines the i5 Touring in refinement. But it lacks the third-row seating of an SUV, and it's not as widely recognized as a status symbol yet. So, final verdict. The Audi A7 e-tron shooting brake isn't just a great electric wagon, it's a landmark achievement. It proves that an EV can be luxurious, practical, powerful, and stunningly beautiful, all at once. It's for the driver who wants the pinnacle of German engineering without sacrificing space. For the tech enthusiast who craves innovation. For the luxury buyer who wants something rare, special, and forward-thinking. But is it for everyone? No. If you're on a tight budget, if you need third-row seating, Or if you're not ready to bet on a newer EV platform, this might not be your car. But if you want the perfect blend of style, substance, and silent power, the Audi A7 e-tron shooting brake is as close as it gets today. So, what do you think? Is this the most elegant electric car on the road? Would you spend $95,000 on a wagon that blends luxury, tech, and efficiency so perfectly? Or would you go for something more practical like an SUV? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and comment below what car you want reviewed next.